Oh, good evening in this darkness and a cold season. The darkness keeps falling in, and the only light we have is our ability to be conscious in this most difficult and most challenging and most unsettling environment that the entire world is facing. More importantly, the greatest nation on earth has gone to the polls. A democratic experiment which is very much in the balance of what works in the human society today. Are you to the left? Are you to the right? Are you to the democratic freedom? Or are you to a socialist unknown? Regardless, I don't take parties or politics or religions or race, creed, gender, color, creed, rich, poor, black, white. The darkness is created with dark light. We are all in the darkness because none of us today are responsible enough to see what really works. In politics, in religion, in commerce, in whatever we have logically brought up the humanity with, so-called education, so-called freedom. But we forgot to really emphasize the importance of individual responsibility. It doesn't stop at the bottom, but it goes all the way to the top, and from the top right the way down to the bottom. Regardless of who you are, if you are stable, conscious, and responsible being on this planet, you will do what is needed for human well-being and for human plunged into the darkness. The light that we see is a temporary. The light that we have generated is an illusion. Remind yourself, in reality, the darkness is a permanence of life. The darkness is a fact of reality. The greatest democratic experiment on the planet that has been here for almost 70 years or 100 years, whatever the time scale it took for us to get to 2020, the greatest democracy on the planet is in the balance of showing to the world it is not working. An individual freedom to exercise their right to the leadership of the government. They in their mind, they in their own experience think that's going to make them feel and exercise the rights, the freedom to exist in a society, in a nation, in the planet, has been proven today that it hasn't worked. The democracy has divided in the most unbelievable ways of every possible spectrum of life has been dissected, cut up, divided, cut up, divided, cut up, divided. Why? Is simply because the only way the power can hold on is by creating a complete confusion in the most advanced communication, advanced societal infrastructure that we have ever built with a large population on this planet. Nations came up so that small groups of populations could be managed and steer for their well-being, for their good, and for the good of all on this planet. Today, we are